Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Destiny 2 reset for May 12, 2020. And today is obviously a very special day because, as you can tell behind us, we have only won 20 out of 21 victories, and today we get to celebrate with the trophy. And here with me we have a fellow Titan to celebrate the win of this amazing trophy for Titans. We did it, boys! We started off with not last, and we got first by a landslide. Let's freaking go. But in all honesty, we never expected to be first as Titans. We thought the Hunters were gonna take this. We were just trying to get second over the Warlocks. And the entire time, the Warlocks were all super quiet, getting their second place. But yeah, now we get to have our golden class item for the rest of the year. Get to have those bragging rights for that competition that that nobody really cared much about. But yeah, we did it. Something I'm just realizing is if you didn't complete certain medals, they're still in your inventory, as well as these Guardian Game bounties. So these are never getting completed. I don't want to play Gambit. Moving on to the weekly reset part of this, there is a new quest for the main storyline called The Lie. We have to go visit Anna on Mars, and in this quest, from the data mine information, this will be the Felwinter's Lie, a very popular, very commonly used PvP shotgun in Destiny 1, and it seems to be bringing back in this particular quest. On top of that, this week is also Iron Banner, and as you can see, we have a Titan stationed next to every vendor now, so that you can know that the Titans won the Guardian Games. I was assuming that a lot of these Guardian Games banner would turn into Titans, but we have to do it ourselves. So yes, Iron Banner, the final Iron Banner of Season 10. So if you wanted to get your pinnacle gear for all of the different Iron Banner stuff and all that whatnot, it is available. On top of that, it is increased valor for this week. Moving on with the weekly reset, starting on the Nightfalls. This week for the Ordeal, it will be the Warden of Nothing. From my experience, Warden of Nothing is one of the highest, if not the highest scoring Nightfall in the entire game. So if you're looking to get 100k, you could probably do it at a 970 Nightfall. This one is not going to be that difficult. And the Warden of Nothing drops the Warden's Law 2-burst hand cannon. For the regular weekly Nightfalls, we have the Strange Terrain, Nocris at the end of the Warren Mine mission, dropping the Braytech Osprey Cluster Bomb rocket launcher. Arms Dealer, the Chartreuse Cabal dude at the end of the base game mission, dropping the Tilt Fuse Exotic Sparrow, and then finally Scarlet Keep, the Shadowkeep mission with Hashladoon Wizard at the end that does not have a unique drop. The fastest one this week is definitely going to be Strange Terrain. For the heroic modifier this week, it will be Arc Singe, and when it's Arc Singe, almost everything is Arc Singe as well, outside of certain heroic. As for the Crucible, obviously we do have Iron Banner, 6v6 control, level advantages are enabled, artifact power bonus does not count, so as long as you get your base armor and gear all leveled up, you should be able to compete pretty well. And this is for the Rotator playlist powerful gear, whereas the regular one, which I actually have a reset, is actually going to be pinnacle gear. Yay, we reset our valor! We get to have more powerful gear. That's going to be 1009. As for the other Rotator playlist, we have Momentum Control, which is kind of like SWAT from Halo 3, where everybody dies in like 1 or 2 shots. And you also get abilities by getting enemy kills. It's actually a whole lot of fun and very good for getting Randy's throwing knife because you need to get multi-kills, and that's very good for that. The other one will be Countdown. It's kind of like Search and Destroy from Call of Duty. As for the Reckoning playlist, like I said before, it's Arc Singe. When it's Arc Week, it always lines up on almost everything as Arc Week, and this week it will be the Swords. If you need anything from the Swords Week of Reckoning, like that 1-2 punch shotgun, it is available this week. Moving on to the Flashpoint, this week it will be taking place on Nessus. For completing your public events, lost sectors, and heroic adventures to complete this as fast as possible. And this is a pretty big planet with a lot of public events, and very easy lost sectors, should be pretty easy. Moving on to the Menagerie, this week it will be Aranuk Beloved by Callus, and like I said before, it will be Arc Singe. For some reason, all the Arc Singe line up, and then the Voids and Solars are opposite each other. It's weird. And for the heroic version, it will have Extinguish, Grenadier, Famine, and Solar Singe. Pretty much, Aranuk will always have these sets of mods. He will always have Grenadier, which is a positive modifier. So if you need a heroic Menagerie for whatever reason, this one has Grenadiers, so probably one of the easier ones to do. Moving on to Escalation Protocol, this week it will be the shotgun. That's because last week was all 3, and next week will be the SMG. If you do not have the Ikelos shotgun, I highly recommend you go and get it. And seeing as this has to do with Mars, the Felwinter's Lie, there's probably going to be a lot more things you have to do on Mars, so it's going to be a great time to do it. And it's easier than it ever has been, so go and get it. Moving on to the moon for the nightmare hunts, we have things like Omnigul, Fanatic, and Crota. Neither or none of these three are really that great. Probably the Fanatic being the easiest just because these are all kind of hard. And as for the Altars of Sorrows, I don't usually do this in my weekly reset, but I believe this week it will be the rocket launcher. I can put this in the rotation if you guys like. I believe the order is shotgun, sniper, rocket launcher, and last week was the sniper. Correct me if I'm wrong. As for the Garden Salvation Challenge this week, it will be 0 to 100. This takes place in the final boss encounter, and in this encounter, you must bank 30 motes at each Vex relay, and at each relay, all 30 motes must be deposited within 10 seconds of one another. This one's actually a pretty difficult challenge. Obviously, it's a very specific way to do this, and you have to do things very quickly. Look up guides on this one for sure. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at Eververse again. We got Titan Station everywhere. For her inventory, obviously, she does not have any of the Guardian game items. She has shifted over to the current season items. I have never actually seen this ship before. This is a very interesting knuckle bug ship. Very weird looking ship. Ooh, the ornament for the Lord of Wolves is looking very spicy. I love when they Siva out weapons and armors. They always look so cool. I'm not gonna spend real money on it, I promise. As for the Bright Dust this week, we have things like the Ghost projection of the cover, the Exile projection. We have the Treasure Hunter Speed Demon Ghost Shell that looks kind of like a Servitor. Not really a great fan of that. We have an ornament for the point of the Stag Bow, which is part of Iron Banner. Doesn't make it really change that much. And then we have Whisper Sweet Nothings. If you're feeling bad about losing the Guardian games and you just want a friend to hug, this is a great emo boy. It's an infinite, isn't this? Oh, that's a wonderful emo. I want it. I need it. I want it. Yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah, it's mine. For the other Bright Dust section, we have things like Hit the Bag, which is just you know, if you're frustrated about losing the Guardian games, you can take it out on this bag. You have the whatever that name is, Guiding Light Public Defender, pretty good role for a shell, although this shell is not really my favorite look. We have the Hot Bliss Sparrow, which looks excellent. It is definitely a Warlock themed Sparrow, looks very nice. Might be part of my thumbnail, we'll see. We have an ornament for the Colony Grenade Launcher, which actually makes it look very gold, and I really do like the way that this looks. If you're on the Titan, you have the Drug Addict chest piece. Ghost projections, more emotes for the Infinity Cubes. This is gonna be the Mr. Osiris himself when he fidgets with his cubes. You got other transmit effects, shaders, and all that whatnot. Not a big, actually, this is a nice shader for a Titan. You know what, I'm here, might as well grab some Prime, see if they've got a high stat. That's a class item. Who cares about the stat roll on a class item? All right, let's get our way over to Hawthorne to see what she's got. You know, I'm kind of excited about this Guardian game decor. I was kind of hoping that all these little slices would turn into Titan because we did win. I'm not salty because obviously we won by a lot, but I just thought that they were going to do that. They have done that for previous events. But honestly, I'm just glad that there's more decorations in the tower still, you know? I just realized that all the decorations just got stripped from this location, so maybe if I go back, it'll get stripped again, because there were decorations here. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at Hawthorne's inventory for the day. Oh, hey, look at 1010 from Hawthorne. I'm gonna take that for sure. Oh, more 1010, more. Oh, I finally got it! Yo, I finally got my last 1010 item I need for my Titan. Let's freaking go. Look at this 1010 masterpiece that we got here. I have ascended to the likeliness of Titans. Anyways, for Hawthorne's inventory for the weekly raid challenges. For the Last Wish raid, we have Fight Forever. This is going to be taking place in the third encounter in the Morgoth fight. Basically, just do not kill any of the regular sized ogres during the fight, and this is actually pretty easy. As for the Scourge of the Past raid, we have All for One, One for All. It's going to be taking place in the first section of the boss area, but not the boss fight itself. And in this section, every player has to dunk one of the 3 different buffs at least once during the fight. Every single player. And finally, for Crown of Sorrows, it's going to be Total Victory. Just like the Scourge of the Past, it's going to be in the first part of the boss area, but not the boss part itself. Not the boss part itself. Oh, we're leaving that one in. We're leaving that one in. Anyways, for Total Victory, what you have to do in this is every time you have the ability to break the shield of the Deception, you have to break the Deception shield 5 times to get this challenge. And that's pretty much it. That is the end of the weekly reset. You'll see us here in the tower just representing our team, Team Titan. We have won the Guardian Games. Honestly, it is not really that great of a victory because it really wasn't that great of an event. So I'd like to see Bungie the next time around come up with a better idea than bounty, bounty, bounty. I personally think that we should have actually measured the skill of the top players. Let's say like the top 100 performing Nightfall scores this day will get points for gold medals and all that whatnot. I think would have been a much better kind of thing, while also having some contribution from just people who wouldn't get in the top 100. Just an idea that I had. But anyways, that's the end of it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's been Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.